and welcome to another episode of the Anarchy Arena podcast. This is the Extreme Master saying welcome. We are so ready to get this show on the road. We have a multitude of topics to talk about, and we appreciate everyone for tuning in and listening. So here we go. Without further ado, let's get started. Welcome to the Anarchy Arena talk show.
Yeah. Welcome, man. We're just going to be talking about bullshit, you know?
This is all we do on our podcast, apparently. We just shoot the shit at each other and hope something creative and cool comes out of it. And so sorry you have to listen to that.
Well, we could talk about the new Tool album, right? Like, we've been teasing
No, we can't talk about that.
No, we can't talk about that.
It's weird. I mean, we keep taunting music, though, and we never get to it. Just saying.
I mean, we all have such different music stylings, though.
It doesn't matter. So like, the like of different music isn't such a bad thing. It just depends on the point of view that we take on it.
Well, no, I never said it was a bad thing necessarily. It's just that our genres are so disparate.
I'll start though. Like, so
as long as you don't mention Attila.
I finally got the chance.
As long as you don't mention Attila.
What's wrong with Attila?
We're gonna have that fucking conversation.
We'll get to that.
I am such a huge fan. Okay, we'll get to that. I want to start easy though. I want to start easy, like real chill, right?
All right.
I finally got the chance to listen to the Slipknot album all the way through.
Okay, what you think?
And I am super impressed.
Yes.
Absolutely ecstatic. Like that. And there's one thing I want to mention to really hear your guys' point of view. This is I believe this to every bone in my body.
Okay.
Corey Taylor has got to be respected as one of the most matured artists over any history of any rock band. Like, starting from where he started at, you know, from just pure screaming back with Hate Bleed or whatever that song was called. But like back in the very beginning, and then when he started singing, it was so bad. We kind of got the gist of what he was trying to do, but it was like, it's not really, you know, it's kind of pitchy. Like, it's kind of like, Dude, if you hear him sing now, he's flawless. He's so good. And he's on point. Like, everything he does now is so mature.
Well, yeah.
And you can just tell that, like, his time, like, he's matured. Like, he's become an amazing musician.
I mean, the guy.
I love that about him.
Wait and Bleed would be the name of that song for the record.
Wait. There you go. That's what I was. That was like back when they only screamed.
I was about to say Hate and Bleed.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking. You know what I'm saying. I'm sorry.
There is a band called Hate
Bleed. That was back
Bleed,
in the 90s.
Yeah,
that's probably But you know what I'm saying? It's been a long time since I've listened to the old, you know, the OG Slipknot. That's
the thing I love about the new album is it's just so. It reminds me of the albums that got me into Slipknot. Like, it reminds me of Iowa. Yeah. It reminds me of Volume 2. Hell, it even reminds me a little bit of Volume 3 because it's, you know, a little bit more melodic.
There was no Volume 2.
I know. Shut up. And you don't have to point that fucking out. All right. Listen.
Sorry.
I did no. Do you want? Do we want to go right into, you know, dicking on Chris? Because I mean, I'm down. You know, we start bringing up those exes.
That no matter how much you campaign, okay?
Listen, I'm gonna start a fucking straw poll and we'll see what happens. Okay.
Okay.
Anyways, no, I love the new album. Yeah, it was a return to form that Slipknot really needed after that last one.
Agreed.
Because that last album, I'm sorry, Corey. I'm sorry, the rest of Slipknot. That sucked. That sucked so fucking hard. It's not even funny. Like maybe one good song on there, but that's debatable. But this new album, so good.
And I'm pretty sure they were aware of that because just the dramatic change between the last album, which honest to God I don't even know the name of, and this newest one is just. It's really just back to your roots Slipknot. It's Volume 3, it's Iowa. It's even got a little bit of All Hope Is Gone to it because there are some just straight up just metal numbers in there without all the, you know, Slipknot weirdness behind it. But the ones that do have the Slipknot weirdness, you're like, oh, wow, hi clown, haven't seen you in like 8 years. How's it going?
He's like still beating on fucking beer kegs, man. Like,
Yeah, dude. Which it's funny.
Yeah.
It's funny that we start with
Slipknot is
this.
so unique, man.
yeah,
Well, I wanted to start with it because I feel like we all kind of agreed, easy intro, like, soft opening kind of thing.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But yeah, but dude, I'm just saying, man, listen to Slipknot through their entire existence and listen to how they've had some dips. Let's take out the dips though of the times where we're kind of like, it's not really a like that's not a guy. That's
yeah.
not what we want from you. Like, so take those out though. But then you watch the really good albums kind of evolve. Man, that band with one of the busiest stages, with one of the largest group member numbers ever, dude, they got it. I mean, they've nailed it. They are the masters of. You really call them metal? They have kind of like their own genre at this point. No one's like horror, creepy, bloody, gory like metal. Like
Not
them anymore.
mainstream and not anymore. No,
Okay,
you're
I was
right,
about
you're
to
right.
say.
Yeah,
Right,
not
like, they
yeah,
kinda
we
have,
can't
like, their
consider
own
Guar
thing.
mainstream,
Right?
unfortunately.
I was gonna be like Murder Dolls,
Guar.
Guar,
Yeah,
old
okay,
White Zombie,
White
even
Zombie,
new
true,
Rob
true.
Zombie. I mean, there's a lot of creepy
Yeah, but
horror
there's
based
concerts
bands.
really like that.
Yeah, dude.
Rob Zombie?
Rob Zombie's
Really?
concerts are kick ass. Like they are the
Huh.
best thing ever.
Rob Zombie's concerts are a byproduct of Rob going to Alice Cooper concerts when he was younger.
See,
Yes.
Alice Cooper is super like the OG of all.
Oh,
of it,
yeah.
though, right?
Oh, he's one of the OGs of metal,
Like,
and nobody can tell me
yeah.
different.
And OGs though of like that super stage performance idea.
Yeah.
It's not like he's not a rock star. He's whatever the image, the play he's putting on, like the
Yeah,
whatever
no,
the images.
the
that
difference
he's
between
doing,
He's
it
come out. Yeah, he's come out and said it numerous times. Alice
Yeah.
Cooper is a character that he
Yeah.
plays.
Yeah, exactly.
And
that shit's tight.
And I can tell you that
it's
for a
really
fact.
original.
I can tell you that for a fact because I met the guy out of character. So
Apparently, he's like one of the nicest dudes on the planet,
Yeah,
and a really good golfer.
he's like your favorite grandpa. He has like a whole wallet full of pictures. He loves to show off and talk about his grandkids. Really down to earth guy. And funny as all hell. And he's a Christian, so there's that as well. He's
Which
very
is ironic.
It is really ironic considering how many people said that he's the devil. Like, it's like,
Funny.
like I got so much crap from teachers because I'd had like Alice Cooper CDs, and they're like, "Oh, you know that man? You know he sold his soul to the devil." And then like,
No, that was
No.
Robert Johnson.
yeah, I was like, well, hey, yeah, Robert Johnson, and he's and other people from Sweden. I mean, I'd love to talk about fucking Swedish death metal at some point because that shit is fucking weird.
You mean the people
Um,
that go and burn
so-
churches and then like laugh about it?
Oh, shit,
that's-
like the dark side.
Yeah,
that's
Yeah,
like
no,
the
no,
No,
really, it is. That shit really does happen.
Like, yeah,
Uh,
I know. That's what I'm saying. No, that's the dark side.
Like like
That's
like
the-
motherfuckers like Varg. Like Billy doesn't
Yeah.
even know who the fuck Varg is, but me and Chris are like, oh fucking shit, let's get into it. So
Yeah,
Billy, do you have any idea who? What was the fucking name of the band?
if I remember right, and I could be wrong about this, so don't blast me with hate. But if I remember right, I think the name of the band was Extreme.
No. It was something else. I know it's something else. Hold on one second. But
There's
it was
so
like
many of those Norwegian black metal bands. They just kind of all blend together. You know, you see one guy with satanic
Yeah.
face paint, you've seen them all. I'm just saying.
yeah, no.
especially in Sweden. But there's a reason why they all sound
Whoa.
like that.
Hold on. I'm looking up where these guys are from. I actually am supposed to see them live September 21st.
Who are you supposed to see?
I never really heard about it. Well, I'm actually
Lords
going
of
to a Lord-
Chaos. I think it's the.
Actually, ironic Swedish power metal band. I knew they were European. I just didn't know where they were
Who?
from. I'm going to see Sabaton.
Oh, you
that's
lucky
gonna be
bastard!
a great show.
Yeah, I get to see Sabaton, dude. They're gonna. So they do a bunch of Little Warships songs, like
Yeah.
about the specific ships and shit, right?
Yeah,
and so that's why they're super sponsored by Wargaming and all kinds of stuff. And they have an event here at the USS Turner Joy that I went to, a few weeks back. That's that event, John, that I was telling you about. And Sabaton's actually going to throw a concert.
Word? They're gonna,
At the end.
oh, dude,
Yeah.
Bismarck's gonna be fucking lit at that crowd.
Oh yeah, I know. I can't wait for Bismarck. That's such a good one.
But by the way, the name of the band that we were talking about was Mayhem.
Mayhem. That's
Mayhem.
it. Mayhem.
Yes.
Yes.
So-
Okay.
Where the dude
so-
legit burned down a church for
Yeah.
funsies.
Well, he did it because he thought that was
dude.
what the metal was all about, Because legitimately, Swedish death metal is all about like how you look and not how you sound. Matter of fact, if you sound good in Swedish death metal, you're not the term's called culty enough.
Yes.
And it's
That-
spelled
that-
KVLT for those
Yes.
of you out there.
Now, just to clarify, not all Norwegian metal or Swedish metal in particular is this particular brand.
No,
you have
it's
plenty of
literally
other
its own
bands.
brand.
Yes, you have other
Yeah.
brands of Norwegian metal,
Yeah.
like the quote-unquote Gothenburg sound, aka In Flames. Fuck yeah, In Flames.
But In Flames is good.
In Flames is awesome.
Sabaton, the power metal.
Yes.
You know, we're talking about a specific
Sabotage.
brand. Sabotage. Yes. We're talking about a specific
It has its
brand.
own unique.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
And its uniqueness is the fact that they want to sound like shit and they want to actually like do the shit they say they're going to do in their songs. So
You know, it's what everybody complained that rap was doing when they really weren't.
yeah, rap wasn't doing shit. No,
Rap
look at
was talking about hard shit and then going home and like petting their dogs and changing their babies' diapers. These guys are singing and screaming about hard shit and then actually going out and burning the fucking church.
Yeah, Varg burned the church.
Yeah.
Mayhem's second album featured the picture of their, I think it was like lead guitarist or lead singer, I'm not sure, with his head blown off because he took a shotgun underneath his neck and committed suicide. That was their album cover. They apparently also took like bone fragments from it and made necklaces. These guys are for real. They are for real. That like
That's like scary real though.
yeah, exactly.
No joke.
Yeah.
Like that's not necessarily like a good real, right? Like
No.
that's how I feel.
I mean, that's not for
like,
us
it's a
to
little too
decide,
much.
but
Well, yeah, that's true. That's true.
And if you want to see a really good documentary about this, look up Lords of Chaos because
Okay.
that whole thing is based on that band and Varg. But Varg is one of those insane sons of bitches. Like, have you ever seen The Decline of Western Civilization?
mm-mm.
You haven't? The metal one?
I've seen the metal documentary, which was
Okay.
fucking amazing.
You need to watch Decline of Western Civilization Part 2 because it goes into the metal scene and it actually it interviews like Ozzy Osbourne and shit like that. But the scene I'm specifically thinking about, and I actually got it wrong in my head, was from that metal documentary. But I do recommend everyone go see Decline of Western Civilization. From that metal documentary, Varg is sitting there being interviewed, and they ask him, "What is metal?" And he takes like 5 minutes to answer this. He swirls his finger around in his
I
cup,
remember this.
tastes his finger, and he goes, "Satan," and then drinks his wine.
Yeah.
No, that Satan. Period. God damn it. Like,
Completely cool, calm, collected, like it's the most obvious and only answer possible. Just Satan.
so Varg is one of those real Satanists.
Jeez.
Satanist and Odin and Norse gods like Odinist. He worships Odin and Satan. That's a weird combination, I must add.
I don't know. I wouldn't mind getting a beer with Odin and Satan at the same time. Just be a fly on that wall for that conversation. That'd be
Oh my
interesting
god,
as hell.
that would be super interesting.
Well,
what a hell of a wall you could sit on.
Yeah, well, it depends on what they talk about, really. Because
But still, dude, any other there's not a single conversation between them two I probably wouldn't want to hear.
because Odin is just about like knowledge. He just wants to get more knowledge, and Satan's all about deception and freedom. So
Yeah, but he like I could see Satan being like, you know what? Hey, that knowledge you got, yeah, go ahead and tell me. I don't know it, but I'm gonna use that and I'm gonna be really bad about it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
especially if he's from that show Lucifer, which everyone should go watch.
Oh my god, bye, dude! Please tell me you follow that show as much as I do on Twitter. I follow all the actors. Like I'm so intense. I love Lucifer so much.
I'm not
Okay,
that
Billy,
deep
I have
in.
a
Oh
serious
my
question.
God.
I have a serious question.
Yeah,
Are you, in fact, a 14-year-old female?
dude, are you kidding me?
I
Tell
couldn't
me that
get into the
show is
show.
bad.
I couldn't
Tell
get
me
into
that
it.
show is bad.
Couldn't do it.
Yeah, well, you know what? You're wrong.
Hey, listen,
all right.
listen. You gave me Shameless, and I thank you for that.
You're
because
welcome.
that show I will never ever stop watching. John gave me Lucifer. I don't give a fuck. I love Lucifer. I was hooked from the second I watched it. I've got my mom hooked on it. I've got Jason and Jetta hooked on it. They just finished it actually. I've gotten so many people hooked on it, and I love the community, like the Twitter side, like of the people just trying to get another season. You know, they already said no matter how hard you rebel, we're not going to make another season. But it's so funny because the reason the show went to Netflix was because the people on Twitter and Facebook
Yeah.
and Instagram trended so hard that Netflix had to buy it
Yeah,
and
because
cancel it basically.
yeah, because
So that they could get another season, and then they write it again, and we were able to squeeze out one more season.
NBC canceled them in the middle of like
Right.
their 4th season, and fans were
Right.
pissed, and they get brought back Lucifer on Netflix, and now Lucifer, all of Lucifer is on Netflix.
Right.
You know, we can bring another person in to talk about the whole Satan and Odin dynamic, because like we're children in an ocean, like compared to the person I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe one day.
Maybe one day. Maybe one day in the
That's
future.
that's gonna be an interesting experience.
Yeah, that'll definitely be an
I'm just
interesting
throwing that
experience.
out there. Yeah.
I'm excited.
But no, I think but I mean, on a light note, like Lucifer takes a really casual, funny, interesting view on the whole thing.
Yeah,
Like it's really hard to kind of
instead of
you know?
Lucifer being this like evil son of a bitch, he's just kind of like he's a man child that got kicked out of heaven, and he's still hung up about it a little bit.
But and like another side of it that my mom actually brought up that I thought was interesting, that I never thought about, but it's not about whether you're religious or not.
Right.
That show brings that question up none.
Yeah.
Like it's not. It's just about how do you see the devil, and does this look right? Like, you know what I'm like? It's just about the view of the devil, not religion in general, which really is a good thing.
Yeah.
Because it shouldn't be about religion. It's just to be about this one entity that everyone can semi-agree with, you know, and that's what makes it fun. And then their play on the devil is high. They picked the perfect actor for it. Tom Ellis is so perfect.
Man, I can't wait to have this show protested by evangelical Christians. It's gonna be amazing.
I'm really surprised. So they did. If you watch Netflix and you go to the most recent season, 5, and go to the end, they have an interview with all of them. They actually had several events where they said that they had religious people attacking them and saying, you know, that they were being blasphemous and all those words, and they had a conversation, and all of them agreed that we're not being blasphemous. This is just a view, and if you don't like the view, then
don't
see
watch
it how you want to see it. It's like reading a book, and then whether you decide whether you want to watch the movie or not. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you don't, the book, you're gonna have your own view. Whether you want to see the movie view is up to you. You don't have to see that.
Are we comparing Lucifer to Harry Potter shit? Like, is this what's happening right now?
What it sounds like,
dude. But see, that's weird though. But we're talking about the Bible though.
I know,
and like a show,
the original fantasy novel,
like J.K. Rowling's in a fucking. You know what I'm saying? Those are way too
because people might argue with whether or not Voldemort's actually the bad guy in that in Harry Potter.
You're so
We're not
right.
opening that can of worms.
But when it comes to the
point.
Bible, like the people that believe in like Jesus are going to be like, no, the devil's horrible. Like, no, no, we can't have that argument. Like,
it's such a funny point. I like that.
That's not the takeaway I get from your Lucifer conversation. You know what the takeaway I get is? A fan base rallied behind a show to have it continued after the network had canceled it.
Yeah.
You know what? Another time in history this should have
Weird.
happened.
The
I'm looking at you,
power of
Fox.
social media.
I'm looking at you, Fox.
Listen, guys.
You know what I'm talking about.
All right, listen, all my brown coats.
We want Malcolm Reynolds back.
Oh my
all my Firefly fan. Oh, dude, it's a cult, and I'm part of it,
Dude,
so it's okay.
Still though.
Well, here's what I'm about to say.
How many?
Here's what I'm about to say, guys. We got a good season of Firefly and a pretty good movie of Serenity. Let's just let it go. We have the memories. Keep them
pure.
Keep them pure,
point, man.
Yeah, keep them pure. Because otherwise, it's like the Tool.
Whatever you get, even if you got something else now, it would never be as good.
Yeah, like I mean, we'll get the Tool. We like think about the Tool album. Everyone was waiting for that shit for 13 fucking years. When it came out, people were mad. Why? Because it wasn't what they thought it was going to be.
Exactly.
Multiply that by fucking 10, and that's what you're going to get with fucking Firefly.
Yeah, for real.
I mean, be that as it may, what honest to God does worry me is someone's going to go, this needs a reboot. No, don't touch it. Just leave it alone. Just leave it alone. Unless it's got Joss and all the original actors, leave it alone.
Oh, Joss is on the fucking Hollywood blacklist at the moment for some reason. I'm
I
not sure why.
That.
Really?
Yeah, Joss Whedon is he.
What did he do?
Apparently, some people. I don't want to get into the politics of this.
It's Joss Whedon, so probably some wrong people, but
they said that
Joss Whedon is so good.
They said that Joss Whedon was anti-feminist. I want to say that again.
God.
Joss Whedon is anti-feminist.
I'm not even going to dignify that statement with a counter
we could
statement.
argue that hard.
I'm not even going to dignify that point of view with a counter statement.
And
So I think the most publicly or politically correct thing that we could say together as friends is
Fuck you, we love Joss Whedon.
We love Joss Whedon, and his casts are very diverse.
yeah, what the fuck?
Extremely.
There's no way that is true, or this has got to be some money getting some bullshit scheme.
It's the same.
the real
It's the
thing.
same fucking internet culture that wanted to cancel James Gunn from fucking Guardians of the
Dude.
Galaxy.
I
Dude,
know.
I-
Thank God
and
he's
then
back.
they ended up doing it.
I didn't want to
Well,
do
they
this
did
show
it,
about
though.
cancel culture, but I'm in the fucking mood tonight, so we're gonna talk about this shit. I am so fucking tired of cancel culture. Why the
Oh my
fuck does
God.
everyone need to be fucking deleted just because they have a different fucking opinion? I'm sorry.
or not even a different opinion. Sometimes people say something, and years down the road, they realize that something was wrong. They're not going
Right.
to make a statement about it or come out and put light on that thing they said years ago that they now admit was wrong. But instead, someone else is going to go, oh my God, you see this thing he said 8 years ago that was so fucked up and so
Yeah,
wrong.
you know what?
You know,
I've said
leave it
dumb
alone. It
shit
was
8 years ago.
Right.
Yeah, we've all
It's called
said
growing as a human being.
Exactly. We've all said stupid shit 8 years ago that we wouldn't say today because we grew up. And there's stupid shit I would do at 22 that I don't do at 30 anymore. I'm so done with cancel culture because it's like the minute somebody steps out of fucking line, oh, we just need to get rid of them. Need to get rid of them. Whether we have proof, whether we have anything that can like justify us canceling them. Now I agree on some people. Yeah, they've got to fucking go. But to instantly cancel someone because of a fucking rumor, because some shit you read on Twitter or you saw on Reddit, like, yeah, let's just take away this person's entire fucking career because this
They made
person
a mistake.
they made a mistake. I'm so fucking tired of it.
Here's something I've noticed, which is why. So take Gunn for example, right?
Okay.
Yeah,
They called him out how many years after he actually posted? It was like 6 years.
yeah,
something
it was like
that.
it's
Yeah,
six,
It
it's
was
six,
like
6 or 8
6
years.
years ago. He sent this. Let's punish him now. That's ridiculous.
Because
That's
it's
absurd. He may not be that guy now. Like 6 years, you can change your mind so much.
exactly. And it's this.
And the director he is now, yeah. Like,
I
I
mean,
just don't like. That's ridiculous, dude. You can't call a dude out 6 years later
Yeah,
and get him punished for movies he's doing.
now.
He wasn't even filming the movie then. You know,
Exactly.
like he wasn't even like it had nothing to do with where he's at now. And that to me is so frustrating.
It's
Like if it was something that happened 24 hours ago, okay, sure, maybe we can definitely throw that out. 6 years though is huge.
Yeah,
That's too
it's
far.
this whole PC culture thing, man. Like everyone's got to be quote unquote advertiser friendly or brand friendly or whatever. So they scour these people's social media or any articles or interviews they've been in and look for anything they can nitpick to get rid of them. Even if they like them, they have to make sure that if someone else finds it, that they found it first. So they can be the one to, say, no, we took care of this situation. It's a 6-year-old
Yep.
situation. Therefore, it's not a situation anymore. Sit your ass down.
Well,
I agree 100% with that.
to an extent, I agree with the whole PC culture needs to stop. Like, I agree that some shit is just it's impossible to fucking follow, and a lot of people are just doing it because they want to seem the most virtuous. You know, it's virtue signaling. But at the same fucking time, wrestling, for instance, like this last week of wrestling, I have just been like on Twitter, just like shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up, because people were bitching about Nyla Rose in AEW, which we're not gonna turn this into a
my
wrestling
God.
episode. They're saying that she has an unfair advantage because she's trans. I'm sorry. I thought we were talking about professional fucking wrestling and not football or MMA. I'm sorry. I thought we were talking about a sport in which the winner is fucking determined.
Right. Yeah, Billy, to answer your question, she used to be a
so-
dude. She is now a woman, and people are calling it a controversy that she has an advantage in the women's division of
I was
professional wrestling.
gonna spin it off of wrestling since John doesn't want to go down that path. But have you not been experiencing recently that like your timeline on Twitter, like Twitter specifically, because it's the only social media I have, that you've been like blocking or removing people so much more? Like
on the daily,
toxicity,
on the daily,
toxicity, the
It's ridiculous.
negativity, the political bullshit, the everything in between. You know, like whatever it is that is just so negative. And it's just like, I don't need to see your stuff.
Well,
Like, go away. And then, but you just said something about Twitter and the wrestling, and I also follow wrestling on Twitter. But even there was a guy on that did a wrestling thing I had to delete because he was something about someone with cancer and not deserving it. It was like really black.
Oh yeah,
like,
I
it was
remember
really
what the fuck that was. I can't remember who it was.
Yeah, and I
who it
was like, I
after.
don't need you on my timeline, bro. Like, go away. And I just noticed that, like, I've been doing that a little more. I don't know. Maybe I'm more selective on my timeline, but I don't need that negativity.
It's like, here's the thing. Like, I agree. Like I said, I agree that PC culture needs to chill the fuck out. But it's the same fucking time, like, people are being more and more dickheads online. And, like, remember when we used to think, oh, the only reason why people were dickheads online is because of the anonymity. You know, nobody knows who the fuck they are. Now, these motherfuckers are putting their faces on fucking camera now saying this shit. And it's like, what the fuck are you?
Yeah, and there's still no fear.
Yeah, like, what the fuck? Like, it's, again, I don't want to go down a political fucking rabbit hole because we fucking can, but.
Yeah, no doubt.
But there's a reason why this shit's going on, and it needs to fucking stop.
Agreed.
There is one thing, though, that I like.
Okay.
Especially with like social media movements, right? When I hate to go back to Twitch, but it's just the best example. Whenever a streamer, right, does something really bad, and like the Twitter blows up,
yeah,
and if that results in a ban, like, hey, look, you know, and it's like you got the whole world trending.
Yeah,
saying, look at this, and then you get that person banned, which is dope. It was clearly justified. You get the whole world trending on Twitter.
Yeah,
there's clearly a problem, right? That's good movements.
Yes,
that's like good shit.
Like the Amazon thing.
Like and that's
people...
that's a side of people that are using their platforms and shit to like make good stuff happen.
Yeah.
The problem is when that happens
in reverse,
they think they can do it for anything they think is a good idea in their head, which may not actually be a good idea.
Yeah, and also like, you know, in a positive sense, you know, the fucking Amazon thing. No news outlet was covering it until Twitter blew up about it, and
until there was no murders or mass shootings.
And social
in the
media was
cycle.
trending that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like social media started trending that shit, and look what happens. Oh my god, the president responds.
But
weird.
But the other side of that coin of don't.
There is a rabbit hole that would create an extended episode.
I know, that would be that's a special edition.
Yeah, no joke. When George Lucas that motherfucker.
Yeah, we'll put extra fucking CGI characters in there.
Random CGI that nobody needed or wanted. There you go.
We'll have that scene between Jabba and Han that was completely unnecessary. Like
we'll just face swap Jabba with Trump, and there you go. There's our special edition episode.
Fucking hell.
Hating on my favorite person on the planet, but I love it. That's so funny because it's so true, man. It's so true.
But like the problem isn't that, you know, that there's too much PC. It's the fact that there's too much divisiveness. There's nobody willing to reach across and speak to somebody that has a different viewpoint than them. Because one side is considered too fucking PC to talk to, so you don't know how to talk to them. You feel like you're constantly in double speak with them. And then you have the other side, which is so aggressive that the minute you start speaking to them and you don't agree with them, they've been trained to fucking turn into ravenous fucking dogs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like think about it. Like it, just once. It blew my mind when I did this the first time. Just when Trump tweets something, click the replies and see what people are saying underneath it.
I always read.
Oh my fucking god!
Fucking gist is I always do that. That to me is better than a newspaper.
Oh, absolutely.
I love going to like super, you know, controversial people. That could be anyone that's not even necessarily just high status people. I love going through when they announce something and seeing the response. Because you can get a gist off of like a Twitter reply feed of how like the entire nation is feeling because of that. Like you can really get a feel for like when you read it and you're like, this is really stupid. Does everyone else agree? And you're like, oh shit, yeah, okay, yeah, this is really stupid. Like you can figure that out.
Yeah, and like and the problem is like we have too many people that want to. Everybody wants to be right. You know what I'm saying? Like everyone wants to be right. They want to be vindicated. Sure. They want to be told, "Yeah, you're right."
Especially on the internet.
Yes. Especially on the internet. Especially on the fucking internet. Everyone wants to be right. I hate to break it to people. No one's right. No one's right. Yeah,
I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, like that's a proper thing to say because even scientists now are correcting shit, and they're supposed to be the right ones,
right?
Yeah, we're always finding. Remember when we all thought the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park were 100% scientifically accurate, and then now it's what 25 years later, we're like, wait, no, them motherfuckers had feathers. What?
Yeah,
what?
They had feathers.
Exactly. Like even when you think you're so right, there's a chance you're not.
A velociraptor literally comes up to your hip, like
yeah.
Yeah, right.
But no, like people need to understand that. Yeah, like I get the whole trend. Let's take the trans issue. Let's just start with that as our buffer.
Okay.
So
right. You want to go there?
Yeah. So progressive people want to be like, yeah, you need to respect their pronouns, and this, and that, and I agree with them. Like I agree with them about 90%. The 10% I don't agree with is that fucking they and Z shit, or whatever the fuck it is. That's not. I'm sorry.
I don't know if I can agree or disagree with it. I, honest to God, and I mean this in no offensive way, I don't understand it. If someone from that culture would be willing to explain those particular pronouns to me, I might be able to form an opinion on it. But honestly, I don't know enough about where those pronouns come from to form an opinion. So therefore, I choose not to have an opinion.
Right. I talk to people and I still don't fucking get it. So I just say it doesn't make sense to me. I'm not saying this is a fact. I'm just saying to me it makes no fucking sense. But
we're talking about the T of LGBTQ.
Yes.
So
here's okay.
Oh no, yeah, you got something, John?
Yeah, I was gonna say so that's the progressive side. Conservative side just doesn't like, or like, no, it's man and woman. No, it's man and woman. That's science. And I'm like, first off, time out. When did you motherfuckers start taking on science as a buddy?
When did you get a PhD?
Yeah, that's a good.
Because I'm sorry, conservatives and science don't really mix. It's kind of like milk and hot sun. They don't fucking go together, and usually it's curdling and disgusting when they do. So
which is ironic because these are the people that like to pull out religion more than anything else. But the Pope is one of the most scientific popes that there has ever been, and will freely acknowledge scientific fact.
I just throw in that just wait for the old people to get out and let the progressive younger generation get in. But that's a political discussion. We could go deep into that. But anyway, keep going, John. I feel you. I feel what you're saying.
But and you have to and you have assholes like me that like have.
Well, at least you admit it.
I mean, I admit it. I'm an asshole. I used to be a libertarian, like a hardcore libertarian. Like fuck the government, taxation theft. Yeah. Now I'm kind of more of like I wouldn't say like liberal, but more of like a social democrat. Does that make sense? Like
social democrat and liberal are two different things.
Yeah, they okay. So, all right. So
absolutely, that is a completely separate entity.
Like
anyone that does politics deeply, to any extent, like I did in college or anything like that, they will know the difference between the two.
Right. So
sure.
so basically what I want is I just want like the government to do its fucking job, and that's about it. Like I don't want to give the government any more power, but I want it to do what we've already given it the power to do, and what the government's actually supposed to be there for. But anyways, we can go real deep on this one. So I'm like that person. I literally had this conversation the other day with a mutual friend of ours, and I said, okay, what do you not get about it? And he explained to me what he didn't get about it, and he was like, I don't care to be nice, but why do I have to call you that? I said, well, the reason why you have to respect it is like maybe it isn't biologically male and female, but that's not what we're arguing about. What we're arguing about is gender identity. Gender identity is all about what's in your head, what's what you think, how you feel, how you react. It's more psychology than anything. And yes, we have had multiple genders since literally the beginning of recorded time.
Oh yeah, no, there's no denying that.
Absolutely.
One of the best things I can think about with this topic, though, and I watched. So this came out, and I watched it in the first hour it came out, and when I watched it, I said instantly, "Okay, guy, you're starting a war that I don't think you can win," and I was right.
I think I know where you're going with this. Did
anyone watch the what's his name? I had it. I just brain farted. The show on Netflix, the stand-up comedian. Dave Chappelle.
Oh, Dave Chappelle.
The new Dave Chappelle.
I haven't watched Dave's new special.
I haven't watched the new one yet.
Apparently,
I haven't watched the new one yet.
It's super divisive.
it covers entire LGBTQ. And what's tough is when you watch it, and as a guy that is so neutral to it all, I mean, you can joke about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't hurt my feelings. Like, you can make the most derogatory term, and I can still laugh about it because it's whatever. Especially as a stand-up comedian, like he's doing an act.
Comedians,
like, we gotta remember
comedians
that.
should
Like, this
have,
is a comedian. They do shit that the normal person wouldn't say. You know,
comedians
like,
should get a pass. It's an act. He's making a joke. Relax.
Yeah, but you need to watch it. Because even as that guy that I'm saying I am, because I'm completely neutral, and I laughed at the shit because it was really funny, I still instantly knew that was not going to fly. Like, I knew it. Just listening to it, I was like, this is going to trend on Twitter, and he's never going to get a Netflix special again. And that's exactly, they're about to pull it from Netflix. It's already been talked about. Yeah.
Really?
Oh.
They're literally calling, like, Netflix on Twitter had to respond and say we were reviewing the results to see if this is a long-standing project. Like, they are literally getting to the point where they have to pull it because because people just can't take a joke. And but he did go.
I was about
maybe
to
a
say,
little too far.
It's pretty deep, dude. Like, it's pretty deep. But I also have to give him kudos. Good for him. Thank God someone said it. You know what I'm saying? All right. On that note, yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. Have y'all watched it yet, though?
No, now I want to.
Yeah. Yeah. It's about an hour, normal. Like an hour and a half, maybe max.
But,
but it's not long.
But, like, here's the thing. Okay, I agree. It should, if it's a joke, it should be taken as a fucking joke. Problem is, people hide their true feelings in humor. Always have, always will. It's a coping mechanism. A lot of people do that. Wait, maybe a joke to you, like, may seriously hurt someone else. And I'm not saying you have to censor yourself, but don't act all fucking like you're the one being attacked if somebody takes offense to you making fun of their, making fun of their teenage years where they were having to struggle with who they are and their identity. You may joke about, we may joke around about doing gay shit, but for someone that may have had to go through a lot of fucking fights, a lot of problems with somebody else that they loved and that may have lost them, that shit ain't funny to them, which is fine. Of course not. I get it. Yeah, I understand 100%. It's not funny, and I wish it was. Like, we wish we could make you at the absurdity because we're just exaggerating. Some people can't do that. And that's fine.
So I have an interesting little take here. So for the people listening, let's express like our view on like LGBTQ. Like, I'll go ahead and start. Like, I completely like support it. Right. I have no issues with any of it. And so just so people kind of know where we're coming from, like with this topic, like I might speak for all of us really, but when it comes to like the LGBTQ community, there's no be you, like whatever you are.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck how you.
I don't care what you are. Don't stress it on me though.
Right.
If I'm not that, and don't flex on me. Like, don't do you, and you let me be me.
Right. Exactly.
And we'll be fine.
I don't care.
And that's all there is.
I don't care who you have in your bedroom or what you're doing with them behind closed doors. I could give two shits less. Just don't ask me to do it, and we're cool. Like, that's it.
Exactly. And,
if I make a mistake about your pronouns, understand it's just that. A mistake. I don't know. Educate me. The mistake won't ever happen again. Simple enough.
Yeah, and I just think that's something good that, we can make sure people understand that we're not bigots and, really just absurd people. Like,
we are absurd people, but we're not bigots.
Well, not on that topic. No. And yeah, so I just thought that would be good to clarify. But yeah, LGBTQ community, man. I mean, you got all the support from us. That's just tight. It's just maybe it's not for us. That's all.
and
and I like laughing about it though. It's a joke, just like any other.
Yeah.
Just like a straight male or a straight female, you can make jokes.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Like, I don't care what the fuck you do. Just use your goddamn turn signals. Like, I don't care who you want to fuck. Just use your turn signals. That's all I want.
Yep.
Use your turn signals.
Signals.
That's all John cares about. Use your flipping turn signals.
Like, for real. Like, all I want you to do is just, move your finger like a little bit up or a little bit down, depending on which way you want to turn, and then we're good.
John, are you having a problem with people not using their turn signals?
Don't ask. Don't ask.
Oh,
we don't have time. We don't have time. Don't ask. We don't have time.
School is back.
You got 60 seconds. What's the synopsis? Go.
I swear to fucking God, these 18-year-olds do not know how to drive their cars. They only
don't.
know how to listen to their music and look at their face in
Okay.
the mirror. That's it.
Okay. So you're feeling the college town. That's the synopsis. You're feeling the college
school
town.
is back in session.
Okay, that's cool. Cool school.
Our population of this town just jumped up by about
just jumped
750%.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh, by the
I feel
way,
you, John. I feel you,
MTSU
dude.
is now officially the biggest college in Tennessee.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
You finally got it.
That's weird, isn't it?
Nice. It is, considering we were always were we the biggest party school, or did we get close to Tennessee? Was that what
we were
was it?
we were close to Tennessee.
we were
Because
damn
Tennessee
close.
always was way bigger. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
Tennessee was always kind of the dominant nature. But MTSU, in the sense of partying, I thought either it was better or it was just better in that wasn't that school. You know?
Well,
like maybe.
you don't want to party with frat boys, then yeah, MTSU's better. If you want to party with
That's
frat
what it
boys,
is.
you go to UT.
You know what?
Yeah.
You're right, dude. You're right, dude. I bet you the frat parties at UT are fucking nuts.
Yeah, well, except for on Saturdays because I can't beat a Division II team anymore. So,
Ooh, shade.
Get them.
oh
Of
my
course,
God,
I say shade, and I
imagine,
give two shits less about college ball, but shade.
imagine, Billy, imagine paying a
So-
team, to come to your school so you can beat them as a
Dude,
as
I
a
know.
cupcake game
And they
and
beat
then
you.
lose. Oh,
You know what that is? That's the Div 2 team saying, "Yeah, we got it, boy. We did it. Yeah, woo!" Like, they got their win. you
man,
know? But
watching Tennessee
Um,
Twitter on that one blow up. Ooh,
oh, dude,
ooh. People were like, Pruitt needs to get fucking fired. Fulmer needs to lose his job. And I'm like, guys, we already went through this. It didn't work out for you the first 7 times you did it. It ain't going to work this time either. You just got to accept you're not a good college, you're not a good football school anymore. Watch basketball. You're better at that.
The Redskins fan is just going to stay quiet over here.
Yeah, well, you're
Redskins fan, man. You're just, man. To be honest, you should have had like a playoff run last year. You just got screwed.
well,
Like every year.
every year.
Man, nah, but it was real bad. Last year, man, your injury count was just a little ridiculous.
I mean, they ended Alex Smith's career. So
Yep.
there's that.
And you had, what's the running back's name that
Adrian
made a comeback?
Peterson.
Adrian Peterson, and he didn't do anything. You had tons of potential though.
And
Tons of potential.
that is the story
And it ended
of
up
Washington
bombing.
football. Is every year at the beginning of the season, we have tons of potential. By the end of the season, they're
Not
like,
this year.
dude, do you even have an entire team left that can get on the field? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, this year you can just hope for the draft next year.
Yeah.
That's your year right now. This year's looking bad for you.
So Chris was up at his parents'. I think this was around Christmas time, and it was just me and Jesse. And me and Jesse went out to like Cracker Barrel to go eat. And I texted him, and like, because I was watching the game because I'm a fucking addict to football. I love all forms of football. If you give it to me, I'll watch it. And I was keeping up with the game, and I literally sent Chris a text. I said, "Hey man, don't feel too bad. That kid you had in the backfield was actually pretty good. It's just a damn shame that he didn't get time with the he's not good enough to start." I didn't know that when I texted him this is when he threw the game losing interception.
Yep.
Yep, and I was like, "Oh, Chris, I'm so sorry."
It was bad.
Oh, shit.
What's really weird is in my family is it's not my dad who's the major football fan. It's my mom. My mom goes all out nuts during. Oh yeah, I get a text every
That's
Sunday. Are you
weird.
watching the game? Are you watching the game? Did you see that? Did you see that? What the fuck is he doing? Come on, we won.
Kinda
We
cool.
lost. Like I'm getting text messages from my mother for a straight 3 hours. My dad's like, I gave up years ago.
You know what's funny about that is it's the same exact thing with me.
Yeah, same
My
here.
dad can't stand sports. Can't stand it. Don't understand why you watch it. Like he goes outside and he works on the fence, or you know what I'm saying? Like he's always doing something outside the house. And he's like, how can you sit on the couch and watch a damn game with all these buffoons running around throwing a damn ball? And he doesn't get it. Like he's kind of like that.
He's an accountant.
And but he's a baby boomer.
Yeah.
Let's get that clear.
and,
But
and he's also an accountant, and they're a special breed.
and he was raised.
It's all statistics and numbers. It
raised-
should appeal to him.
He was raised by a Great Depression era family.
Woo.
So
Mm.
that is where
Ooh.
my dad comes from. And that is why he is the way he is. My mom, not so much. They're all, but that's why she likes sports. And it's really funny. I always text my mom when especially FSU games, which again, we're not talking about FSU. I'm so upset about that. But it's always me and my mom texting. And every time we had season passes when I was a kid to all the FSU games and stuff, it was always my mom getting them. And my dad was like, I have to drive there again. Oh my God. Driving there is so annoying. And it's weird. I look back and I'm like, dude, if that was like me and that was my kid, I don't know if I would have drove. Like, that traffic sucks. And it's like me going to Seattle now, right? Like, do I really want to drive to Seattle? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Growing up, I literally lived, no matter whether it was at RFK or at FedEx Field, I was no more than 20 minutes away from whichever stadium the Redskins happen to be in, depending on what year you want to talk about. I've literally been to 2 games in my entire life because I can't stand it. I can't stand it. No one wants to drive to fucking Landover, Maryland. First of all, it's Maryland.
Right.
Second of all,
nobody wants to go to Maryland.
Right. Second of all, when they were in D.C., it was at RFK Stadium, which was in Anacostia, which was in Southeast, and no one wants to go there either.
No.
So
might not make it out.
Yeah, no. I shit you not. We went there after the Redskins moved out. We went there. We went there for a baseball game, and we get out of the metro. That's a subway system for those of you that don't know. Tennesseans listening don't know what it is because they want to prove the goddamn subway system. That's a subject for another day. No, seriously.
Yeah, that's a good one.
You get out of the subway right there across the street, literally across the street from RFK Field. Now it's called because it's the baseball field, and one side of the street is safe. That's the side of the street with the baseball field. The side of the street you get out on to cross the street to get to the baseball field, you're like,
it's not safe.
Oh my God, where's my flak jacket? What's that noise? What the fuck? No.
Is that baby smoking crack? Like, what the fuck?
Now, this might have changed in the last few years. I admit I haven't been into the actual DC in years, but 10 years ago, that was a valid question.
Yeah. Is DC
is that baby smoking crack?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember
does that guy have one eye?
The mayor of DC for the longest time was famous for his hookers and his cocaine obsession. So he actually got reelected on those grounds.
What I don't get is, so I semi-get why the stadiums. It's any city you go to.
It's true.
Wherever the biggest things, monuments, buildings is typically around it is like the worst, lowest level, like income, like land, right?
Yes.
Like you always have kind of like the depreciated value expressed like around the like biggest thing, like football stadiums, governor's mansion, shit like that, right?
Yeah.
And I never understood how that works. I know how it starts. There's a reason they bought the land in the first place to build said building.
Yes.
Clearly, it was the cheapest land to build.
I was about to say it's the cheapest land to build on.
But why does it not raise and increase, around it? And it doesn't happen that way. You go to a football stadium and you go to around the wrong corner, you're gonna get shot. Like you go to the wrong place. Why does it not make it the round of it, go up with the level of the high quality building that's there?
Because and now I've got 2 parts to this. So because no one can outprice the stadium. The stadium is making money hand over fist on their overpriced $9 beers, and no one around the area can compete with that unless you've got a pre-established place that's been there since before the stadium or before it got renovated or whatever. On that point, though, I've been to Seattle.
A Seattle Seahawks game, beer is $15.
Oh my God! Okay, so I've been to Seattle before.
Keep going.
And I went on a big walk through the whole city, where I met our friend Wolf for the first time. Went on a big walk through the whole city, and somehow we ended up down by the stadium. And have you been there yet?
Damn, really? Yeah, I've walked all over. Okay, I know everything about Seattle.
You know that area right around the stadium is rough as fuck.
Yeah, you don't go there.
It's rough as fuck.
That's where literally it's a homeless shelter.
Yes.
Like no shit.
Had no idea when I walked down there, and her and I walking down there like, we shouldn't be here. This is a bad idea. Well, we can't turn around because we've already gotten through the thick part of it. So, yeah. I thought DC was bad, but shit, Seattle.
No, Seattle's
Seattle's I think like
bad.
top, like one of the top cities.
They're top of the nation right now.
Yeah, they are top of the nation.
No, they are the top of the nation because it just hit the headlines. And the only reason I know it is because the technical city I'm living in. So I'm in King County, but King County covers like everything, right?
Right.
And,
kinda like
but I'm
Davidson.
in Tukwila, which is
Oh yeah, I know where that is.
you know I'm in Tukwila, which is like
It's a suburb.
Antioch to Nashville, right? Like
right.
it's a thing that's close enough to be. You could say you live in Nashville, even though you live in Antioch. I live in Seattle, even though I technically live in Tukwila. It's like close,
Right.
like it's
Yeah.
the same fucking thing. So apparently that stadium has been created off the revenue of the ticket sales to make the homeless shelter in Tukwila.
Wow.
They built a homeless shelter and moved all those homeless people that were still around the stadium and guaranteed them a spot at the homeless shelter here in Tukwila. I don't know where it is. I don't know if it affects me. Like I don't even know if I live near it or if it's like gonna obtrude anything or if I even notice a difference. But that's what like the Seahawks just did for the community.
Yeah, they did it.
They just did.
They did it
because
for
they
their
just took
fucking
all the
stadium.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, like, and then all the homeless people where I'm living now, it's like, okay, thanks, guy, appreciate it, guy with money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it had nothing
It's
to
a
do with
little
doing it
weird,
for the
right?
community. They did it to get all the homeless people away from their
That's
nice,
why
pretty stadium.
If you could see my face, you know my fingers was doing the quotations.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. And that's dude, it's bad. The homeless population here is actually really surprising. It makes sense though. Dude, the pricing is so high with this terrible pay rate.
Yeah.
Terrible. Minimum wage is like $13.25 or something, which is really high for the nation, but
yes.
When you can't get any apartment under $2,000 a month on $13 an hour, dude, are you kidding me? Like, you can't live off that. You can't do it. You have to live an hour or hours out to be able to afford to, like, just work here.
Yeah, and
like,
a lot of
you
people
can't just work in Seattle. It doesn't work like that. Like, you can't work and live there. You have to just
a lot of people
fuck where you live.
Yeah, well, people want to blame that on the minimum wage, and I'm like, you're close, but
that's the hurtful part, though.
Well,
right?
Well,
like those are the people that hurt.
Yeah, they're like, oh, well, if the minimum wage was that high, prices would be lower. I'm like, actually, it should be the opposite. You know,
it should be.
Well,
no. Think about it this way. Okay, so you're a land developer, and you've just put up a set of apartments, right? And you know that the motherfucker working down the street at McDonald's is making $13 an hour, and you do your math and whatever, and you're like, oh, well, that means he can afford I'm not doing the math. I'm pulling numbers out of my ass here for the record. He makes $13 an hour, so he can afford a $1,700 a month apartment. Okay, cool. I'll make all of my apartments $2,500 a month so I can make a profit. Instead of pricing them where they should be at a reasonable level, everyone's in it to make all the money in the world. And if you can't make all the money in the world, then by someone's standard, whoever the fuck it is, you're a failure.
Here's the tough. So here's like a pitch I would throw at that, right?
Okay.
So you're not wrong. Like they do consider that. I 100% agree with you. But apartments, especially when it comes to vacancy of like apartments and the prices of those apartments, completely run on supply and demand.
Yes.
I mean, if they are desperate for people, the prices are going to drop.
Yeah.
Because they're not going to raise the prices because they're going to reduce the amount of people they can get, right? They're going to lower the prices to try to get whoever they can get.
But the problem
figure
is
out where that is, but it never seems to happen.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't happen because is it not essential or?
Well,
no, they don't. They don't want to admit that
they
don't want to admit that they overprice their apartments. That's the reason why they don't fucking do it. That's the reason why they'd rather have empty apartments and sell to like half of the building. The 2.5
because probably half of the building is enough profit to keep it alive. You know, like they probably calculated that shit. You know what I'm saying?
And
so
the other side
over like half is like pure profit,
right?
You know,
and the other side of that is when they go out of their way to market to the higher income neighborhoods. So those people and those kids that come out of with mommy and daddy's checkbook or just happen to get a really good job right out of school that can afford that $1,725, $3,000 a month apartment, what have you. They market to them, so they will buy their apartments and therefore drive out the lower income families just to make their neighborhood more monetarily worthwhile.
Yeah, people want to say people want to say gentrification isn't a real thing. I hate to break it to you, it is. It's a real fucking thing. It's a real fucking real thing. So that's the reason why those communities around those stadiums don't rise up is because they don't have the means to do so because there's no businesses there. because nobody's going to be able to compete with a fucking stadium. There's like, I think the only one that
Well,
like it has
yeah.
some competition would maybe be LP Field, Nissan Field now, in Nashville. Like, I think the Titans, like, where they put their stadium is just far enough away to where the rest of the city can actually survive.
You know,
Yeah, it's
without the
kind of on its
Titans.
own
To
little
be-
island in a way.
dude,
Yeah.
that's a good point. It is. It really is on its own island. If you think of look at it, if you've ever been there, and if you've ever seen the stadium, it really kind of is on its own cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know? And I cannot think of a time, and I walked through downtown Nashville, and especially around the stadium many times, I cannot remember like a homeless person, like maybe one on the curb, but like not like homeless camp.
Yeah.
You know what
Right.
I'm like? I can't. That is actually a really like well maintained and like and everything stadium. Like it's really good.
That's the reason why, hundreds of people were moving to Nashville every fucking day. And by the way, someone who lives near Nashville, fucking stop. We're full.
Yeah, please stop moving here. Please stop. You're driving up our
Vacancy, not
prices. You're
open.
making our traffic terrible. You're making everything worse. Stop moving here. Because when
It's
you
full-
can't
we're
fit inside
full.
of Nashville anymore, do you know where they send them? They send them to the
Yeah.
goddamn suburbs. And then I can't afford shit anymore. So stop moving here. Just stop. Just stop. This ad has been paid for by the Metropolitan Washington Nashville
Oh my God.
Association.
No, so this is funny because I felt that shit in 2011.
Yeah.
That was the last time I lived in Murfreesboro.
It's gotten so much worse, dude.
I know. Every time I visit John, it depresses me. It's so frustrating what that city has become. But I'm telling you, I felt the overpopulation back then.
Yeah.
And I can only imagine. And the crazy thing is, it's not even just Murfreesboro. At
No.
this point, it's not just Murfreesboro. All those other smaller areas around it are Mount
Antioch.
Juliet, especially.
Yeah.
Like they're feeling it. Like it's getting that. They should have prepared for that to happen. It just sucks though because when it comes to major cities, how do you know that like it's gonna get so big? But
Well, they've gotten a little bit better.
Murfreesboro should have known and like, made like a seriously better road system to accommodate.
Don't get
being,
me started.
Nashville's younger
Don't get me
brother.
started.
They never did it though.
No, they
never
didn't.
did it.
Oh.
They never were. They were not ready
No.
to be Nashville's younger brother, and
And-
that's what they are.
And you know what the proof of that is? You'll appreciate this, Billy, as a former homeowner. You'll appreciate this.
Yeah.
So they Murfreesboro City decided that they had to raise property taxes this year because they
Oh,
can't
no
afford
way.
a whole bunch of stuff because of the influx of people, right? So Murfreesboro City decided to raise their
Lame
property
excuse.
taxes. Turn around, I shit you not, the very next week, Rutherford County, which encompasses Murfreesboro City, Rutherford County raises their property taxes.
Yep. So Chris is
So
getting
who gets hit
taxed
double?
around the house.
What?
Yep.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Davidson County,
No.
where Nashville is, voted not to raise their property taxes.
No.
Yep.
Dude.
I get a double whammy. Whoosh.
I've heard about shit like that happening, but I've never actually like known it to happen.
Yep.
Well,
Like,
it's
I've never met
it's
someone where it happened.
Because they did not
that's
city plan
politics.
well.
Dude. Those two communities came together and did that.
Oh, absolutely they
intentionally.
did.
Like that is absolute politics. And it's
Meanwhile,
disgusting.
guess
All
who's
that's
getting a tax
politics.
break for putting in a brand new building on their production facility? Definitely not a multinational car company that I happen
Yeah.
to subsidiary work for. Definitely
Yeah.
not them. Not naming any names. They're not getting a
Yeah.
tax break or anything.
guess who also has a facility nearby that's not paying taxes. A certain place that you can go online and buy shit from.
Yeah, they're not getting any tax breaks at all. No, God, no
No.
tax breaks. No.
Nah, fuck them. But no, man. Like it's weird that we're on
I feel
this.
ya.
It's weird that we're on this fucking
the
topic.
whole point is just to talk and just
Yeah.
tangent. We're tangent.
Yeah, I
It's
know,
fine.
I
It's
know, it's
good. I
fucking-
love this. This has been a good talk. I like
This
it.
has been. This
It's-
would be a weird rabbit hole to
This
write
is-
up for show notes. Like we started
I don't-
here and
yeah,
we went here and then we
yeah,
ended here
show-
and somehow we got
sh-
to this and I don't know what the fuck happened, but it was fun.
I don't know how you want to put it in like professional terms, but this is bros talking. That's what this show is. Like that's what we just did. This is bros talking. This is how it works.
Anarchy Arena Podcast Episode 3. How the fuck did we end up here?
That's fine. That's a good title. It's just this is they have to understand. This is bros talking. That's what you come in here to listen to.
Yeah, and I mean,
So, that's tight.
It's just
shit.
weird though, because it's like Murfreesboro as a culture though has gotten way fucking better.
Oh yeah, as a
You
culture,
think so?
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think
It's-
so?
Oh, the culture's
It's
so
definitely
much
gotten
better.
more relaxed,
Okay.
and it's definitely gotten a
that's
little
good.
bit more blue than what it used to be. You
Mm.
still got your pockets of
Okay.
conservatism, but it's definitely gotten a lot more relaxed, a lot more hippy dippy, way more hippy dippy than it was.
Yeah, which is
Call them
fucking amazing.
Californians coming over there because of them earthquakes.
All right, cool. Bring them. Like, I want to hang
Yeah.
out with Californians.
I
They're
just
cool.
feel
we'll
like
take
that's what
all
a Tennessean
we will take
would
all
say,
your
dude.
Californians.
I just feel like that's what a Tennessean would say. All them Californians coming over here taking all our land.
Well, as
Like,
a
Gerbs.
as an actual Tennessean in this conversation, I will just say I'm very happy with the fact that I can go into a store and not just see white people. It's kind of cool. It's freaky, but
Okay.
it's kind of fucking cool. Like, because you'll because Billy, and I'm pretty sure Chris
Yes.
knows as well.
Well,
yes.
Middle Tennessee. So just to clarify, the Middle Tennessee area is wildly culturally diverse.
Yes,
Yeah.
the Middle
People don't know
Tennessee
that,
corridor is.
Nobody, if you've never been there though, and you just know Tennessee as a state, they have no idea.
Yeah,
You have no idea, dude. Middle Tennessee, like specifically Middle Tennessee. Don't go outside of it because it gets really ignorant on both sides. East and west.
Either side of the Middle
Um,
Tennessee corridors when you
yep,
start hearing
yep,
banjos
it
playing
gets-
Deliverance.
Exactly. You go either way, and you're fucking wrong. But in the Middle Tennessee area, it's super culture diverse and very open to different things.
yeah. Well, like
And
we're
it's really cool.
we're
Really
I
cool.
think we're a feeder city. I want to say either a feeder city or
Yeah.
an actual sanctuary city.
You're a
for,
green card city.
Yeah, we're green
That's
card
what
city.
You are. Yeah,
Oh,
you're
that's
a green
right.
card
That's
city.
right. It's a green
what you
card city because we have a lot
Yeah.
of Middle Eastern, Persian people that live in this area.
are. Well,
Yeah.
because yes, there's a lot of reasons why that happens though, and it becomes because brick and mortar businesses are very easy to run there,
Yeah,
and they can say they have a job and work with their family rather than work a job they don't want everyone to work. They just want a green card. You know what I'm saying? They don't have to work at some accounting office, big skyscraper. You know what I'm saying? They can do whatever they need to do to work with their family and get the green
yeah,
card.
because we have a lot of
And it's
we have
really
a lot
easy
of
to do that in
convenience,
Murfreesboro.
convenience stores and
Hookah
That are
bars.
family
hookah
run or
bars.
hookah bars that are family run. Matter of
Yeah.
fact, the last apartment I used to live at, there was a family that ran the gas station around the corner that I went to all the time.
Gas stations.
And
gas stations really
I was
easy
over
to
there
do.
just a couple months ago, and they're still there. They're still running it. They're happy as hell. They're making the money that they need. They're training the kids about how business works in America and everything, and they're thriving. So
Yep.
so why not give everybody that opportunity? I don't want to work in a gas station. If these people want to run a gas
So-
station, fucking let them.
So I assume we're getting close here, but I'm gonna throw this out here
Okay.
because I want to end it on this. Okay.
Final thoughts. Here we go.
Final thoughts. Here we go. Here's the reason why people are upset about that, Chris. You're taking away my American jobs. As a born citizen of America, those are my jobs. Why should I allow other people from somewhere else to take those jobs from me?
To
Boom.
which
That's an argument.
to which
That's
I
an argument.
retort.
Like,
To which I retort. You didn't want that
Super
job to
controversial.
begin with. You
but
Whitey
somebody
McWhite
could
bread
use it.
didn't want
Okay,
that job to begin
okay,
with.
okay. Somebody
but
could
you
have
don't know
okay.
everyone out there in the
Okay.
city. You don't know everyone. You don't know everyone's stories. Like somebody could have used that job.
Okay, well
And you just took it away from 'em.
here's my retort to that.
You know what I'm saying? And by the way, I'm not saying I support this.
I know.
And
I know.
this is just purely for debate. I'm
Yeah.
just saying I've had this argument before, and it's a good one. So,
Okay,
yeah, go ahead.
here's my retort to that. Okay,
Okay.
then you tell these American CEOs to hire Americans that actually live here, speak the language. You don't have to, do illicit shit in order for them to work here. How about you do that instead? Why don't you ask these American CEOs why they hire illegal immigrants, pay them pennies to the dollar what they'll pay an actual American citizen, falsify documentation for them,
Yep.
just so they can get
Yep.
cheaper labor.
Amen.
Or the flip side of
Yeah.
that is they're going to sit there, these American CEOs, white bread American CEOs sit there bitch about, oh, well, these people are coming and taking our jobs, but they're having their main manufacturing facilities over in countries where it's completely legal for them to pay their workers 50 cents an
Good.
hour.
Weird point. So my another point you could take is if you want more jobs in America, then why are all our factories not in America?
Bingo.
Like literally, think about it, dude. Everything we use, Apple, like Microsoft factories.
Apple's
like,
in a tax haven in
common use
Ireland, for
things.
Christ's sake.
I know, dude. Like, think about this shit. And I'm not saying this. I see a lot of sides to like a lot of different arguments, but like, so if we brought the factories back to America, though, we would create jobs. Here's the problem, though, is you would get the price hike.
Yeah.
Like on anything that was being made here, right?
Yes,
Right.
You would
because,
immediately feel the price hike because everything's going to be more expensive. We have to pay them more.
because like I said earlier, because
so-
those people have to make all the money in the world.
There's
and if
that
they don't,
argument,
then
but-
they think they're failures.
But the guy that's in the background, like, that would create more American jobs, is back there fucking going nuts, though.
Okay,
You know what I'm
okay.
saying? Like, so you have like both sides, right?
To this person, I'd also like to say those jobs aren't coming back. They're not.
They're not.
Hate to
Right,
break
they're
it to
not.
you. Manufacturing jobs are about to start going away really
Yep.
quickly. Automation is about to take over everything.
Damn,
Why?
Good
Because
discussion. Can't do that now.
yeah,
Big discussion. But yes, you're absolutely right.
Dang.
I
I'm
work
sorry, I
in,
didn't
I work
mean-
in, no, you're right. I work in
Oh, wait, wait,
production
deep.
and I'm already feeling it.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. Like a year ago, he was
AI's
working every
getting
weekend.
good.
He was working
AI's
every week.
getting good.
He was working
Yep.
working every weekend, and now he
Yep.
hasn't like in almost 2
I
years. He
haven't
hasn't
worked a
worked
Saturday in almost 2 years.
Dang, man,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
And
Okay.
it's not like the
Okay.
means of production has gone like down. They're still doing the same thing, but they're figuring out how to do it quicker and better with machines. So all
Right.
these
Right,
these hard ass motherfuckers are like, "Well, I'm an American factory worker." Blah blah blah. Okay, that's fine, but just understand, probably in about 5 years, you're gonna be looking for a new job. If that,
If you're lucky.
if 5 years.
Wow. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, it's true. But
Hey,
next time,
you know, some people might literally learn from that. That was good talk. Hey,
It's
yeah,
true.
it's good talk. Yeah,
but next time we'll talk about lighter topics like robots that don't want to take over your jobs and people that want to send 9-meter wide spaceships up
Was
there and they make electric cars and they're fucking crazy. You can't catch the drift. I could go on about Elon Musk for forever.
I don't think that was a very heavy topic. I thought it was pretty okay.
I mean, it was a little
It
bit
was,
heavy.
it was the most controversial we've had yet, though.
Yeah.
Yet. There will be more.
Speaking
will be more.
speaking of slightly controversial, also in the upcoming episode, we will be having something we haven't had yet on this show: a
Yeah.
female perspective.
Good
That's
I'm-
right.
plug.
We
I'm
are
gonna
in the
be-
process of getting a female guest on this show.
Absolutely, so pumped. I'm actually really excited for this.
She's
guys.
already said yes, so we're going to be recording that probably next week when we do this podcast.
Mhm.
Her name is Vic. She is also known on Twitch as Guiltless Gaming,
And known
if-
to us as Bike Girl.
as Bike Girl.
Bike girl.
So you guys make sure you tune in for that one because that one's going to be a really good episode because it's going to tie in with that first episode we talked about with streaming, and I want to get her point of view from it. So
I think that'll be a really interesting topic, and I'm looking forward to recording that with her next week. That'll be a lot of fun. But that's
Yeah,
for next
that'll
week's
be-
show.
That's a Twitch recap.
That's a recap right there. That'll be for next week's show. This is the end of this week's show. So I've been Chris the Metal Barrett.
I've been Extreme Master, the extremist of the extremists.
And I'm, of course, John the Joker. We can't wait to see you guys next time. But we'll have maybe a lighter topic. Like, does marshmallows taste good? Yes or no?
Marshmallows, that's what you went with? Really?
Yeah, well, it's
I love you,
it's
dude.
light and fluffy.
I love you, dude. That's so fucking funny. Oh my god, that was good. I had to throw. All right, and that is this week's episode of the Anarchy Arena podcast. Thank you so much for listening. If you liked what you heard, don't forget to tell all of your friends and spread the word about this amazing podcast that we have going. We thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to listen, and we hope to see you next time.